Okay, so this is reason number 3 why I don't believe the Bible. And when I say I don't believe the Bible, I'm not saying that the Bible doesn't have any good things in it. It doesn't have any. I'm not saying that it doesn't have any good morals or truth, or even some form of history. I'm just saying that most of it is probably not true, and that's all I'm saying. Don't know. I mean, I didn't write it, but I mean, if it's written by God, then it should be perfect, and it's not. So this is reason number 3. It's a big flaw, and it's a thing that everybody believes in, and I'm going to show it to you right now.
It's my life, it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live.
Okay, so let's talk about the resurrection. Okay, now I'm gonna come from Mark. Can you see that? Mark 16. There we go. Okay, I don't want to really go through the whole story. Just read it for yourself. But it basically starts. It was a bright sunny day. You know, it was the sun, and you know, three women. They decided, you know, they wanted to. You know, it was after Sabbath, and so they thought, hey, we're gonna put some spices on Jesus to keep him fresh. So it was 3 women. We'll draw 3 women here. There, you know, back then everybody's name was Mary. So we've got Mary Magdalene, and we got Mary, the mother of James. She's the mother. So we'll. Hi, I'm James' mother. And well, I'm putting Mary and this other chick. I don't know her name. According to Mark, her name was Salome. So we've got, hi. Okay, so these 3 ladies, you know, they decided, you know, they want to go put some spices on Jesus. I don't know why. I guess, like I said, they want to keep him from smelling bad. So when they get there, they run into this guy. He's a little boy. He's like, hi. You know, so they get to the tomb, and the stone is rolled away. There's his tomb. Well, it's my version of a tomb. There's a little hole here. It's kind of hard to draw and look at a camera at the same time. So the little boy's there, and he's like, oh no, Jesus is gone. No, Jesus is gone. And they're like, what? And they're really scared, you know. You know, because this little boy, he knows all this stuff that Jesus is not there, and so they're really freaking out. And so the thing is, they make this little pact. They're like, okay, ladies, we're not telling anybody. We're not telling anybody what's going to happen. Except for Mary Magdalene, of course. She goes and blabs to the 12. And I'm not going to draw 12 people, but you know, well, you know, 12 guys. Or 11. Sorry, 1 died. So Mary Magdalene is the only one who actually goes and tells, and they're like, whatever, we don't believe you. We don't believe. So, yeah, that's basically what happened with that one. They went and told, and nobody believed them that Jesus had risen. So that's Mark's version. Because the other girls were scared and only 1 went. Okay. So let's move on to the Luke's version. Luke's version is a little different. And so, early morning, you know, still early. Early morning, and, you know, we got 3 women. Hi. You know, Mary Magdalene, and Mary, the mother of James, and oops, not so long. This is Joanna. So introducing Joanna. We got a new girl here. I don't know where she came from, but Luke, what is this? Luke 24. Luke 24 says her name was Joanna. So forget what you heard in this one. Her name's Joanna now. And when they get there to the tomb is empty, of course. Here's the tomb, my version of a tomb. And instead of one kid, it's two. And they're like bright and shiny things. And he's like, they're risen. He's risen. Oh. And he's been delivered. And so, behold, you know, just like he said. So instead of the girls getting scared, they got excited. And instead of one running, actually they all ran and told all the disciples, who were like, we don't believe you. I don't really know at what point they started believing, but they definitely did not believe these girls. Instead, in Luke's version, Peter, I'll say here, hi, I'm Peter, was the only one who ran off and went to the tomb to go check. And Peter was the one who saw it was empty, and he was astonished. And that's how Luke's version ends. And I guess Peter, was the one who basically convinced the rest of them, who said, we don't believe. Okay, that's Luke's version. So let's move on to John. Now, according to John, it's still dark. It's not even sunlight yet. And it wasn't three girls. It was just Mary all by herself. Hi, just Mary. Mary was going, she was going to put some spices on Jesus. And, hey, I'm going to go put some spices on Jesus. And when, you know, she gets there, and I got to draw my tune. So she gets to the tomb, and now she notices it's empty, you know. And she's like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? It's empty. Oh my God, no! And so she decides that she's going to go tell somebody. So she runs. Now she doesn't go to all the disciples. She only goes to the one that Jesus loves, and we'll put a question mark. And I guess Jesus didn't love everybody, so here's Peter. So she goes to Loverboy and Peter and says, hey, the tomb is empty, somebody robbed him. And they're like, what? They're like, what? So they go and they run back to the tomb, and they're like, oh no, it's empty. And instead, we got two people, just like Luke's version. We got two people, but instead of just two angels, one of them happens to be Jesus. So it's really like an angel and Jesus. And they didn't recognize him at first, but then he turns around and is like, hey Mary, and she's like, oh my God, it's Jesus. But oh yeah, I had the one that Jesus loved. He was the one who got there first, and then it was Mary and Peter. So these three witnessed an angel and Jesus at the tomb instead of just two angels. So these three were the ones who went back and told the other 12 of what happened. And basically that's what happened. Now, excuse me if I've misinterpreted. I'm paraphrasing. Of course, people, this is what it's called, paraphrasing. You should be used to that if you read the Bible, or if you've been to church, because that's all the Bible is, a paraphrase. So, excuse me if I don't have it exactly right, but my point is, the story of John is completely different. The story of Luke is completely different. And the story of Mark is completely different. Okay. And my point is, a half truth is still a lie. I rest my case.